She's Mamie. Yes, she believes in me. She reads a story from a book or two. She's Mamie. Mammy's Corner! Hello, my littles. Welcome to Mammy's Corner, and I'm Mammy. But you already knew that, didn't you? Yes, you did. Oh, it is so good to see you. I've been gone for a while, and I do apologize. But, look. My wrist is better. It's still a little sore, but I can do things now, and I can hold this. Are you ready? Are you ready? It is time to do our affirmations. Please do them with me. Mammy's missed you, and I want to hear you say this out loud. Really loud. You ready? I am loved. You sure are loved, my littles. Let's say it one more time. Ready? I am loved. Good job. Now, besides your parents, who loves you? That's right. God loves you. Who else loves you? Mammy loves you. And don't you go forgetting it. It is time to do the next one. Are you ready? Really loud. Really loud. Come on. I am good. Are you good? You are. Well, let's say it louder. Ready? One more time. I am good. Good job. Because you are good. Now for the last one. I am kind. Is that as loud as you can get? Come on, my littles. Let's get loud. Ready? I am kind. Good job, my littles. Now, if you have your remote, arrow it down. Move it over. And click that thumbs up and let Mammy know that you like my stories, because the more thumbs up that Mammy gets, the more stories that other kids get to see too. And we want them to have some fun with us, don't we? Don't we? Yes, we do. All right. So, let's get comfortable. Get your favorite chair. Favorite sitting position. Oh, we can't forget. Ready? And get your favorite blankie. What else do we need? That's right. Favorite pillow. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Or maybe your favorite stuffy. I got Buddy. All right. Are we ready? We're ready? All right. So today's story. Oh, I'll just surprise you. Here we go. Today's story is Christopher Robin Gives Pooh a Party. Yay! Christopher Robin gives Pooh a party. It had rained and rained so that the tree that was Piglet's home was entirely surrounded by water. He was rescued by Pooh, who sat out. Maybe I messed up. Let's try again. It had rained and rained so that the tree that was Piglet's home was entirely surrounded by water. He was rescued by Pooh, who set out first on a honey jar, which he named the Floating Bear, and then in Christopher Robin's umbrella, which he named the Brain of Pooh. Oh my goodness. One day when the sun had come back over the forest, bringing with it the scent of May, and all the streams of the forest were tinkling happily to find themselves their own pretty shape again, and the little pools lay dreaming of the life they had seen and the big things they had done, and in the warmth and quiet of the forest, the cuckoo was trying over his voice carefully and listening to see if he liked it, and wood pigeons were complaining gently to themselves in their lazy, comfortable way that it was the other fellow's fault. But it didn't matter very much. On such a day as this, Christopher Robin whistled in a special way he had, and Owl came flying out of the 100-acre wood to see what was wanted, what he wanted. Sorry, Mammy's not reading very well today. Oh my goodness, but it's okay. Let's move on. Owl, said Christopher Robin, I am going to give a party. You are you? Said Owl. And it's to be a special sort of party because of what Pooh did when he did what he did to save Piglet from the flood. Oh, that's what it's for, is it? Said Owl. Yes, so will you tell Pooh as quickly as you can and all the others, because it'll be tomorrow? Oh, it will it? Said Owl, still being as helpful as possible. So will you go and tell them, Owl? Owl will try to think of something very wise to say, but he couldn't. So he flew off to tell the others, and the first person he told was Pooh. Pooh, he said, Christopher Robin is giving a party. Ooh, said Pooh. And then seeing that Owl expected him to say something else, he said, will there be those little cake things with pink sugar icing? Owl felt that it was rather beneath him to talk about little cake things with pink sugar icing, so he told Pooh exactly what Christopher Robin had said and flew out to everyone. A party for me, thought Pooh to himself. How grand. And he began to wonder if all the other animals would know that it was a special Pooh party and if Christopher Robin had told them about the floating bear and the brain of Pooh, and all the wonderful ships he had invented and sailed on. And he began to think how awful it would be if everybody had forgotten about it and nobody quite knew what the party was for. And the more he thought like this, the more the party got muddled in his mind, like a dream when nothing goes right. And the dream began to sing itself over in his head until it became sort of a song. It was an anxious Pooh song. Cheers for Pooh, for who? For Pooh. Why, what did he do? I thought you knew. He saved his friend from a wedding. Cheers for Bear, for where? For Bear. He couldn't swim, but he rescued him. He rescued who? Oh, listen, do. I'm talking of Pooh. Of who? Of Pooh. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Well, Pooh was a bear of enormous brain. Just say it again. Of enormous brain. Of enormous what? Well, he ate a lot, and I don't know if he could swim or not, but he managed to float on a sort of a boat. On sort of a what? Well, a sort of pot. So now let's give him 3 hearty cheers. So now let's give him 3 hearty wishes. And hope he'll be with us for years and years. And grow in health and wisdom and riches. 3 cheers for Pooh. For who? For Pooh. 3 cheers for Bear. For where? For Bear. 3 cheers for the wonderful Winnie the Pooh. Just tell me, somebody, what did he do? While this was going on inside him, Owl was talking to Eeyore. Eeyore, said Owl, Christopher Robin's giving a party. Very interesting, said Eeyore. I suppose they'll be sending me down the odd bits which got trodden on. Kind and thoughtful. Not at all. Don't mention it. There's an invitation for you. What's that like? An invitation? Yes, I heard you. Who dropped it? This isn't anything to eat. It's asking you to the party tomorrow. Eeyore shook his head slowly. You mean Piglet? The little fellow with the excited ears? That's Piglet. I'll tell him. No, said Owl, getting quite fussy. It's you. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure. Christopher Robin said all of them. Tell all of them. All of them except Eeyore? All of them, said Owl sulkily. Ah, said Eeyore. A mistake, no doubt. But still, I shall come. Only, don't blame me if it rains. But it didn't rain. Christopher Robin had made a long table out of some pieces of wood, and they all sat around it. Wow. Look at that. That's a big table, isn't it? Look, they're all there. You got Pooh, and there's rabbits, and there's more rabbits. Look at that. And there's Piglet and Eeyore and Owl and the other rabbit and Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin sat at one end and Pooh at the other, and between them on one side were Owl and Eeyore and Piglet, and between them on the other side was Rabbit and Roo and Kanga. And all Rabbit's friends and relations spread themselves about on the grass and waited hopefully in case anybody spoke to them or dropped anything or asked them the time. It was the first party to which Roo had ever been, and he was very excited. As soon as ever they had sat down, he began to talk. Hello, Pooh, he squeaked. Hello, Roo, said Pooh. Roo jumped up and down in his seat for a little while and then began again. Hello, Piglet, he squeaked. Piglet waved a paw at him, being too busy to say anything. Hello, Eeyore, said Roo. Eeyore nodded and gloomily at him. It will rain soon. You see if it doesn't, he said. Roo looked to see if he didn't, and it didn't. So he said, Hello, Owl. And Owl said, Hello, my little friend, in a kindly way, and went on telling Christopher Robin about an accident which had nearly happened to a friend of his whom Christopher Robin didn't know, and Kanga said to Roo, Drink up your milk first, dear, and talk afterwards. So Roo, who was drinking his milk, tried to say that he could do both at once and had to be patted on the back and dried for quite a long time afterwards. Oh my goodness. When they'd all nearly eaten enough, Christopher Robin banged on the table with a spoon, and everybody stopped talking and was very silent, except Roo, who was just finishing a loud attack of hiccups and trying to look as if it was one of Rabbit's relations. This party, said Christopher Robin, is a party because of what someone did, and we all know who it was. And it's his party because of what he did. And I've got a present for him. And here it is. Then he felt about a little and whispered, Where is it? While he was looking, Eeyore coughed in an expressive way and began to speak. Friends, he said, including oddments, it is a great pleasure, or perhaps I'd better say it has been a pleasure so far, to see you at my party. What I did was nothing. Any of you, except Rabbit and Owl and Kanga, would have done the same. Oh, and Pooh. My remarks do not, of course, apply to Piglet and Roo, because they are too small. Any of you would have done the same. But it just so happened to be me. It was not, I need hardly say, with an idea of getting what Christopher Robin is looking for now. And he put his front leg to his mouth and said in a loud whisper, Try under the table. That I did what I did, but because I feel that we should all do what we can to help. I feel that we should all... Hop! Said Roo accidentally. Roo, dear, said Kanga reproachfully. Was it me? Said Roo, a little surprised. What's Eeyore talking about? Piglet whispered to Pooh. I don't know, said Pooh rather dolefully. I thought this was your party. I thought it was once, but I suppose it isn't. I'd sooner it was yours than Eeyore's, said Piglet. So would I, said Pooh. Hup! Said Roo again. As I was saying, said Eeyore loudly and sternly, as I was saying when I was interrupted by various loud sounds, I feel that... Here it is, cried Christopher Robin excitedly. Pass it down to silly old Pooh. It's for Pooh. For Pooh? Said Eeyore. Of course it is. The best bear in all the world. I might have known, said Eeyore. After all, one can't complain. I have my friends. Somebody spoke to me only yesterday, and it was last week or the week before that Rabbit bumped into me and said, Bother. The social round. Always something going on. Nobody was listening, for they were all saying, Open it, Pooh! What is it, Pooh? I want to know what it is. No, you don't, and other helpful remarks of the sort. And of course Pooh was opening it as quickly as ever he could, but without cutting the string, because you never know when a bit of string might be useful. At last it was undone. When Pooh saw what it was, he nearly fell down. He was so pleased. It was a special pencil case. There were pencils in it marked B for bear, and pencils marked HB for helping bear, and pencils marked BB for brave bear. There was a knife for sharpening the pencils, an India rubber for rubbing out anything which you had spelt wrong, and a ruler for ruling lines for the words to walk on, and inches marked on the ruler in case you want to know how many inches anything was, and blue pencils and red pencils and green pencils for saying special things in blue and red and green. And all these lovely things were in special pockets of their own in a special case which shut with a click when you clicked it. And they were all for Pooh. Oh, said Pooh. Oh, Pooh, said everybody else except Eeyore. Thank you, growled Pooh. But Eeyore was saying to himself, This writing business, pencils and whatnot, overrated if you ask me. Silly stuff, nothing in it. Later on, when they all had said goodbye and thank you to Christopher Robin, Pooh and Piglet walked home thoughtfully together in the golden evening, and for a long time they were silent. "When you wake up in the morning, Pooh," said Piglet at last, "what's the first thing you say to yourself?" "What's for breakfast?" said Pooh. "What do you say, Piglet?" "I say, I wonder what's going to happen today," said Piglet. Pooh nodded thoughtfully. "It's the same thing," he said. The end. I know it was long and I'm sorry, and I did make mistakes, but I just want to let you know that no one's perfect. I could have edited the video, taken that out, but I thought, no, my littles need to know that Mammy makes mistakes too, because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them or say you're sorry. So I'm sorry I had to start over. I hope it was okay. I hope you liked it. If you did, can you arrow down and give Mammy a thumbs up? Maybe even subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Or maybe watch other videos that you may not have seen and give those likes too, if you like the stories. So this was a good book about Pooh. Now, Eeyore decided that he thought it was about him, didn't he? Have you ever done that or felt like someone did that to you, taken away your spotlight? Just remember, you are amazing. You are loved. That's right. So this is the end. This is what Mammy says. Who loves you besides your parents? That's right. God loves you. But who else loves you? Mammy loves you. Shh. But Mammy loves you bestest. Until next time, my littles, be good and be kind.